storm coming. I always like working on the car when it's raining out. It's just nice, you know, it's like a nice little background noise, and yeah, it's cool. Florida. So if you guys have been following along, you saw the last video, we went ahead and changed out that axle that was going bad. That's all wrapped up. I still got to put some Torco fluid in that, so we'll probably do that at the end of this episode. But for the main portion of this episode, we're going to go ahead and bleed these brakes with this nice Motul RBF 660 this time. I had the RBF 600 last time. This one was on sale for the same price. So I was like, yeah, why not? You know, it's Florida, it's super hot, why not? Still .4 fluid, just a little bit higher temperature rating. So the last time out at the firm, actually, I had run the RBF 600 that I had used at the previous track day. So it's been about a year since I've changed out this brake fluid, and that's way too long. And especially since it's been sitting, the car has been sitting, you know, over these summer months. I think some water has definitely kind of worked its way into the system. The pedal just feels a little bit soft up at the top end. It still bites really well because these pads are pretty much brand new. They're the Hawk HP Plus track pads. It's like a track street kind of thing, you know. But so anyway, I want to go ahead and change out that fluid. It's been a while and we just need to put some fresh stuff in there. Let's go ahead and open up this reservoir and see what this looks like. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. You know, it is a little dark, but overall, that's still looking pretty new. You know, you see the drips there. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I think it will freshen the system up, and hopefully the pedal feel gets a little bit better towards the top end. I just went ahead and put this thing up on all fours just for this video. I'm gonna take all the wheels off. Man, you know you got some stiff suspension when that's your wheel gap, when the thing's all the way up in the air. Oh yeah, look at the good stuff. All right, all four wheels off. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Okay, so it's just me here working today, so I need to go ahead and do this the one-person way. Trav had mentioned this to me, and he got it from Chris Fix on YouTube. So hey, YouTube is great, right? All right, the rain's here. So we know the master cylinder's topped off, and this thing is locked down nice and good. So the order where we want to go in is the right rear, right here. Then we're going to go the left rear, because that's the next furthest away from the master cylinder. Then we're going right front, then left front. And all the while, after each time pumping, we're going to make sure that the master cylinder is still nice and full of fluid. This is some brake fluid in a bottle with the tube running down into it that's connected up to the bleeder nipple there. The point of having the fluid already in the bottle is that when the old stuff comes out, it's going to go up this tube here, any air bubbles come down into here, and it's just going to bubble up into that fluid. Then no air is able to get back up through it and back into your line. Just so y'all know, this is the tubing that I'm using. It's a 1/4 inch inner diameter, outer diameter is 3/8. It's just clear plastic tubing you get from any home improvement store. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this 10 mil free. All right, so that's broke free, and you can see it's got some stuff in there. You can see it's not as nice and clear. So yeah, it's a little dirty, well worth doing. Let's go ahead and start pumping the brakes. Climbing in my dirty, disgusting car. Definitely gonna be cleaning this thing out at some point. Yeah, and y'all like my sandals? So here we go, just pressing them nice and light. And then get it to the floor, still good and firm. Get it to the floor. 2, 3, there's 4. Let's go ahead and check. All right, so you can see how it's all the way up there at the top arc. You see them little bubbles up in there? All the bubbles are kind of working their way up. Tiny little bubbles there. Down into the tube. You can see the bit that's already gone into the tube, and it's down in the fluid there. So working as it's supposed to. Thank you, Chris Fix. Thank you, Trav, and thank you, me. Woohoo! Doing this good. Let's keep pumping a few more times. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a total of 10. Hey, this is Florida, man. If you don't wear sandals, you ain't a Floridian, especially if they're not brightly colored. No more bubbles coming out through there. They're all trapped up at the top there, working their way down into the fluid. Let's go check the master cylinder. And I can already see that it has gone down, so that's good. Yeah. All right, so let's add a little bit of our new Motul RBF 660 in there. Woo, fresh. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more pumps on this thing. That was 5. Yeah, that's looking good to me. No more air bubbles coming through there. Line is fully solid, going down into the bottle. Just tighten this guy back up. Okay, so it's all tightened, and I went ahead and just put this thing on the ground, and that's just letting all the fluid drain out. Take this line off here. Woo, don't spill that. Okay. That thing's already starting to fill up pretty good, so I'm just gonna pour some of it into this other bottle here. Give myself a bit of wiggle room. Okay, we'll start with that one, about a quarter of the bottle again, and let's move on to the left rear, the driver's side. All right, so I went ahead up front and made sure that the master cylinder was still nice and full of fluid. Let's go ahead and hook this line up. This tubing fits it perfect, like this really is the size. And the bumper is kind of supporting this bottle here really nicely. Look, you can see some of the bubbles coming through already. I'm sure that's why my pedal feel wasn't that great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go check. Yeah, we got a few bubbles up in there. Check the master cylinder. We're still above the minimum, so I'm going to do 5 more pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full line, no bubbles. Close it off. Line is off. Do the final top off here. So with that whole job, I used almost a whole bottle. I'd say there's maybe a little less than quarter left in there. And then, yeah, that's what came out. That was the front 2 brakes. So yeah, pretty dark came out of there. So the brakes are all bled. Awesome to have new Motul RBF 660 this time in there. Yeah, that went really well. I would definitely recommend doing the one-person method. Every time I've done it before, it's been with Trav here, and you know, it's a lot of back and forth, taking forever, and honestly, this seemed quicker. It seemed really easy. So yeah, definitely recommend doing this method. Chris Fix, he really knows what he's doing. Thanks for Trav for telling me, and hopefully you all got something out of this now too. So yeah, I just got to go ahead and put these wheels back on, torque them down. I'm also going to go ahead and put my new Torco transmission fluid in. And then, yeah, this thing will be ready to fire up. And hopefully what you're going to be seeing next is a test drive. Really looking forward to showing that to you all. Got some stuff planned for doing acceleration, braking, and then handling. And then, yeah, if everything's still working, looks like maybe we could be planning something for the firm. So let's keep that in mind. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Talk to you in the next one.